Okay, here we go. Kind of last lesson in this unit. Just adding on to stuff that we kind of already know, but then again defining it. We have something called the base angles theorem, which says that if two sides of a triangle are congruent, basically it's an isosceles triangle, well, then we know that their angles where they meet the opposite them are also going to be congruent. And then the converse, again, working backwards, if the angles that you see here are congruent, then you know that the sides opposite them are also congruent. So again, that's going to equal that. So we can use these to help us, prove things, simplify. And so this is for an isosceles triangle. And then it also works with an equilateral triangle, which you already knew that, where the three sides are equal to the three angles. Given triangle TAG is an isosceles triangle, okay? Because it tells us it's isosceles, we know specific things. With base TG, then TH is congruent to GN. Prove triangle TAN is congruent to triangle GAH. So TAN is congruent to GAH. Okay, so let's see here. Triangle TAG, so my really big triangle. So I'm going to focus on that one because it tells me it's an isosceles triangle. I know, again, I know some specific things. So I'm going to say that this right here, TA, is congruent to AG. Well, we should state that it's, so we'll state triangle TAG is isosceles with base TG given, and then we'll just state this in case we need it. So I'm going to say that TA is congruent to GA, and that's by the definition of an isosceles triangle. And now I also notice that when I was highlighting these things, I used the same angle. Angle A gets used twice. So in both triangles, we could say that angle A is congruent to angle A because it's used twice. So we're fortunate because we now know that we have this big segment AT and this little segment HT. So if we did little segment plus little segment equals big segment, we could say that segment AH is congruent to segment AN. And how can we do that? The segment addition postulate. Little angle plus little angle equals big angle. Little side plus little side equals big side. So what I'm going to do is, and I always recommend you do this, I'm going to pull out the two triangles that I'm working with. So this is TAN, and then this is AHGHA. So again, filling in what we've already marked up, we have an angle that's congruent here. We said that we have this side is congruent to this side. And then we said that these sides were congruent to each other. So what do I have here? I have side, angle, side. Side, angle side. So I can say that triangle TAN is congruent to triangle GAH by the side angle side property. So we used what we were given. We used the isosceles triangle, the reflexive property, segment addition postulate, and side angle side